Hey there, science fans! Did you know that the air we breathe is a cocktail of different gases? It's true. We've got nitrogen, oxygen, a little bit of carbon dioxide, and a whole lot more. It's amazing how chemistry is everywhere around us, even in something as simple as taking a breath. Today, we're going to dive into the exciting world of chemistry experiments. We're going to bust some myths about chemistry being boring or difficult, and show you just how fun and fascinating it can be. Get ready to be amazed by mind-blowing reactions, colorful concoctions, and some seriously cool science. So strap on your safety goggles, put on your thinking caps, and let's get experimenting. A lot of people think chemistry is all about memorizing the periodic table and complicated formulas. They imagine endless hours of rote learning, trying to remember the atomic numbers and symbols of elements, and solving intricate equations that seem to have no real-world application. But that's like saying cooking is just about reading recipes. Sure, recipes are important, but the real magic happens when you start mixing ingredients and creating something delicious. Chemistry is about so much more than that. It's a dynamic and exciting field that involves experimentation, discovery, and a deep understanding of how substances interact with each other. It's about understanding the world around us at its most fundamental level. From the water we drink to the air we breathe, chemistry explains the composition and behavior of everything in our environment. It's about exploring the building blocks of matter and how they interact with each other. These interactions can lead to incredible phenomena, from the formation of crystals to the creation of new materials. One of the coolest things about chemistry is that it's not just theoretical. It's a hands-on science. You can conduct experiments and see the results with your own eyes, making abstract concepts tangible and understandable. You can actually see the principles of chemistry in action through experiments. And the best part? These experiments can be incredibly fun and engaging, sparking curiosity and a love for learning. You don't need a fancy lab or expensive equipment to do these experiments. Many fascinating chemical reactions can be performed with everyday items you already have at home. You can try many of them right at home with everyday materials. This makes chemistry accessible to everyone, regardless of age or background. For example, have you ever wondered how baking soda makes your cakes rise? It's a simple yet fascinating chemical reaction that you can observe in your own kitchen. Or why onions make you cry. This everyday occurrence is another example of chemistry at work, involving the release of sulfur compounds that irritate your eyes. These are all examples of chemical reactions happening right before your eyes. By observing and understanding these reactions, you can gain a deeper appreciation for the science behind them. By understanding the chemistry behind these everyday phenomena, we can unlock a deeper appreciation for the world around us. This knowledge can transform the mundane into the extraordinary. And who knows, maybe you'll even discover a new passion for science along the way. Chemistry has the power to inspire and ignite curiosity in ways you might never have imagined. So let's ditch the textbooks for a moment and jump into some mind-blowing experiments that will change the way you think about chemistry. Get ready to see the world through the eyes of a chemist and uncover the wonders that lie within everyday substances. Alright, science enthusiasts, let's get down to business. Today, we're diving into some of the most exciting and visually stunning experiments you can do right at home. So, roll up your sleeves and get ready to be amazed. Our first experiment is a classic that never fails to impress: the elephant toothpaste experiment. This is a fantastic demonstration of a rapid chemical reaction that produces a huge amount of foam in just seconds. Don't worry, no elephants are harmed in the making of this experiment. The name comes from the massive amount of foam that looks like it could be used to brush an elephant's teeth. For this experiment, you'll need some hydrogen peroxide, dish soap, yeast, warm water, a plastic bottle, and some food coloring for that extra wow factor. These ingredients are easy to find and safe to use with proper supervision. First, mix the yeast with warm water and let it sit for a few minutes. This will activate the yeast and get it ready to react with the hydrogen peroxide. Then in the plastic bottle, combine the hydrogen peroxide, dish soap, and a few drops of food coloring. The food coloring will make the foam more visually appealing and fun to watch. Now for the exciting part. This is where the magic happens, so get ready to be amazed. Carefully pour the yeast mixture into the bottle and watch as a foamy eruption shoots out like toothpaste for an elephant. The reaction is quick and dramatic, making it a perfect experiment to wow your friends and family. This reaction happens because yeast contains an enzyme called catalase, which breaks down hydrogen peroxide into water and oxygen gas. The rapid release of oxygen gas creates bubbles in the soap, resulting in a spectacular foam eruption. The oxygen gas gets trapped in the soap, creating a massive amount of foam. This is a great way to see chemistry in action and understand how enzymes work. Next up, we're going to make our own lava lamps. This is a fun and easy experiment that recreates the mesmerizing effect of those groovy lamps from the 70s. Remember those groovy lamps from the 70s? They were a staple of retro decor and are still fascinating to watch today. Well, we can recreate that same mesmerizing effect with a few simple ingredients: a clear glass or jar, vegetable oil, water, food coloring, and an antacid tablet. These items are easy to find and safe to use. Fill the glass about 3/4 full with vegetable oil, and then add water until it's about an inch or two from the top. The oil and water will naturally separate due to their different densities. Drop in a few drops of food coloring. The food coloring will mix with the water but not the oil because oil and water don't mix. The separation of oil and water creates a beautiful visual effect, with the food coloring adding a pop of color to the water layer. Now, break the antacid tablet into a few pieces and drop them into the glass one at a time. The antacid will react with the water, creating bubbles of carbon dioxide gas. Watch as the antacid reacts with the water, creating bubbles of carbon dioxide gas that rise to the top, carrying blobs of colored water with them. This creates a mesmerizing effect, just like a real lava lamp. It's like a miniature lava lamp right in your own home. This experiment is not only fun to watch, but also a great way to learn about density and chemical reactions. Chapter 3. Now let's move on to an experiment that's sure to make you say, "Whoa, I didn't see that coming." This is one of those moments where science feels like pure magic. We're going to create a color-changing liquid that seems like something straight out of a magic show. Imagine the look on your friends' faces when they see this. For this experiment, you'll need red cabbage, distilled water, a few clear glasses, and some household items like vinegar, baking soda, and lemon juice. These are all things you can easily find in your kitchen. First, we need to make our color-changing indicator solution. This is the key to our magical transformation. Chop the red cabbage into small pieces, and boil it in distilled water for about 10 minutes. The boiling process helps to extract the pigments from the cabbage. Strain the liquid into a separate container. This will be our magic potion, ready to reveal its secrets. This purple liquid is our magic potion. It might look ordinary now, but just wait. Now pour equal amounts of the red cabbage indicator into each of the clear glasses. Make sure each glass has the same amount for a fair comparison. In the first glass, add a tablespoon of vinegar. Vinegar is an acid, and it will react with our indicator. Watch as the purple liquid instantly transforms into a vibrant red. It's like watching a magic trick unfold right before your eyes. In the second glass, add a teaspoon of baking soda. Baking soda is a base and it will cause a different reaction. This time the purple liquid will turn a beautiful blue. The transformation is just as stunning as the first. Finally, in the third glass, add a tablespoon of lemon juice. Lemon juice is another acid, but let's see how it compares to vinegar. The liquid will change to a shade of pink, similar to the vinegar but slightly lighter. What's going on here? Let's dive into the science behind this. Red cabbage juice contains a natural pH indicator called anthocyanin. This compound changes color depending on the pH level of the solution it is in. When you add an acidic substance like vinegar or lemon juice, the anthocyanin turns red or pink. The more acidic the substance, the more intense the color change. When you add a basic substance like baking soda, it turns blue or green. Bases have the opposite effect on anthocyanin compared to acids. This experiment is a fantastic way to visualize the concept of pH and how it affects the properties of substances. It's a simple yet powerful demonstration of the hidden chemistry in everyday items. Chapter 4. We've seen some pretty amazing chemistry in action today, haven't we? From erupting toothpaste to color-changing liquids, these experiments show that chemistry is anything but dull. Remember the elephant toothpaste experiment? We learned that yeast contains an enzyme called catalase, which breaks down hydrogen peroxide into water and oxygen gas, creating that awesome eruption of foam. And what about our homemade lava lamps? We saw how oil and water don't mix and how antacid tablets create bubbles of carbon dioxide gas that carry blobs of colored water to the top, mimicking the mesmerizing movements of a real lava lamp. And who could forget the color-changing liquid experiment? We discovered that red cabbage juice contains a natural pH indicator called anthocyanin, which changes color depending on whether a substance is acidic or basic. These experiments are not only visually stunning but also incredibly educational. They help us understand the fundamental principles of chemistry in a fun and engaging way. The best part is that you can try all of these experiments at home with materials you probably already have in your kitchen. Just remember to always have adult supervision and follow safety precautions when conducting any experiment. Chapter 5. Well, science fans, we've reached the end of our chemistry adventure for today. But the learning and exploration don't have to stop here. I encourage you to try these experiments at home and see the wonders of chemistry for yourselves. Remember, science is all about curiosity, observation, and experimentation. Don't be afraid to ask questions, make predictions, and test your hypotheses. Who knows what amazing discoveries you might make? Now I want to hear from you. Which experiment was your favorite? Do you have any other mind-blowing chemistry experiments you'd like to share? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more exciting science content. Keep those brains buzzing, and I'll see you in the next video. So there you have it, folks. Chemistry doesn't have to be intimidating or boring. It's a world of wonder waiting to be explored. Remember, science is everywhere, from the air we breathe to the food we eat. So keep asking questions, keep experimenting, and most importantly, never stop learning. Until next time, stay curious.